Hi friends, this is Lewis once again with you, and what I'm wanting to share with you is 4 things that this COVID crisis has revealed to us. What have we learned from this COVID crisis? And I'm just wanting to point out 4 things for you. Number 1, the first thing that this COVID crisis has revealed to us is that, friends, unfortunately, we are not ready for the time of trouble spoken of in Daniel chapter 12 verse 1, spoken by Christ in Matthew 24 verse 21, and outlined for us in Revelation 13 with the mark of the beast and the image of the beast, and not being able to buy and sell because we won't receive the mark of the beast. But we notice that as we went through this and are going through this COVID situation, when the panic buying and panic shopping struck, many of us began to panic. We were not prepared to face this situation. And of all things, particularly here in Victoria and Australia, we panicked over toilet paper because people couldn't buy toilet paper. Now, if we cannot even handle that, imagine what it will be like when we will not be able to buy or sell. And it's not that we cannot buy toilet paper. We will not be able to buy the essentials to sustain us. This has clearly shown us we are not yet prepared to meet that time of trouble that is to come. We love the comforts of our lives that we have. We like to travel with no restrictions back and forth. That's the first thing this crisis has revealed to us. The second thing that this COVID crisis that we've been going through has revealed to us is that, friends, a crisis like this does not guarantee us that we will turn to a closer walk with God. You see, think about this for yourself. Now that this crisis has hit, how much more are you reading your Bible now than before the crisis was here? Now, some of you can answer and say, yeah, I'm reading more, but not all of us can. Which shows us that a crisis does not guarantee that all of us will suddenly, somehow, just awaken to a closer walk with God. How much more are you praying now than before? How much more witnessing are you doing now than before? A crisis does not guarantee that we will suddenly awaken to walk closer and have a deeper friendship and deeper faith with God. It doesn't guarantee it. And this is very important to understand. Because you see, many of my people are just waiting for a Sunday law to come, and then they want to get right with God. They're waiting for that final crisis of a Sunday law before they begin to witness to their friends, before they begin to pray more and fast more. But you see, when that moment comes, it doesn't guarantee that we will be able to then suddenly draw strength from out of nowhere to have a closer walk with God. In fact, the reality is, this COVID crisis that we went through actually shows a bit of the opposite, because some of us took these restrictions as an opportunity to detach ourselves, remove ourselves from the body of believers that we belong to, and quietly disappear from the scene. This is it. This is the unfortunate thing that we are seeing. And this is the second thing that I'm mentioning that this COVID crisis has revealed. Third thing that this crisis that we are going through has revealed is that, sadly and unfortunately, the same spirit of rage that possesses the unbelievers is also possessing those who fellowship with us as well. Because unfortunately, what we saw is that the same attitude, the same spirit, the same mentality, the same rage, the same frustrations that those from outside express, many of those who belong to the faith also express the same spirit, same rage, and same attitude. Friends, that is an unfortunate thing, because we are told that at the end, the people of God, described in Revelation 14 verse 12, are described as here is the patience of the saints. Those who keep the commandments of God and have the faith of Jesus. But this crisis has revealed that many of us possess not the Spirit of God, but the spirit of the world as well. Finally, the fourth thing that this COVID crisis has revealed to us, friends, is that we are easily distracted. Easily distracted from our sacred calling, from our personal duties, from our mission, from our message. This has shown us how easily the enemy can distract us. We have been distracted from the message that we have been given, because we have clearly been given the message found in Revelation 14 verse 6 to 12. The three angels' message, which we are told is the everlasting good news to preach to all the world. Fear God. Give Him glory. Worship the Creator. Babylon is fallen. If anyone worships the beast and his image and receives his mark, he himself shall also drink of the wine of the wrath of God, poured out full strength into the cup of His indignation. Those three angels' messages, part of the everlasting gospel. That's the message that we are called to proclaim. That's the mission that we've been given. But instead, unfortunately, sometimes we have spent our time too much spreading just the news about anti-vaccine, just the news about anti-mask, or other conspiracy theories. That's not the message we have been called to proclaim. And so, friends, clearly this has shown that we are easily distracted. We are easily distracted on who the enemy is. Some of us would like to make the government our enemy. Some of us would like to make Premier Andrews our enemy. But according to the Bible, those who hold the scriptures as their authority, Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. No human being is our enemy. That's not the war we are fighting. We have a greater enemy to worry about. Our war, our battle, is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and rulers of this dark world. So you understand, friends, that this crisis has taught us that we are easily distracted from the calling, the sacred calling that we are called to. So friends, I hope this has been helpful, and let me quickly remind you. Number one, the first thing that we have learned from this COVID crisis is that we are not yet prepared for the time of trouble that is coming. Number two, that a crisis doesn't guarantee that you're going to awaken to a closer walk with God. Number three, that we need to be cautious with the reacting in the same spirit as the world reacts. And number four, this crisis has taught us that we need to have greater focus because we are easily distracted. So my dear friends, dear listeners, I call upon you. I appeal to you, friends, that you seek the Lord closer, that you stay focused on our calling. It is a sacred duty, a great responsibility. We have been set apart for a special, unique work. And we need all the help we can get. We need you to be sharp and ready. That's my appeal to you, and I pray and hope that this has been helpful to you. Thank you, friends. God bless.